All right, welcome one, welcome all. How's everybody doing out there today? Let's see if we can zippy through a really quick thing here. So listen, here's, I've got this chart right here. I'm gonna probably, what do I want to do? Let's reduce this. I just really want to go over and take a look at one chart. Let's pop up this 12-hour chart right here. Got some volume here. All right. Whoo! Got some heat right now on the got some heat on the 12-hour chart right there, right? You know, this volume is good and it's just kind of fading off. I mean, the volume has really stayed neutral here on the 12-hour chart for me. You know, I wished I would have preferred to come down and test the 12-hour TDI on the bottom. You know, my issue is with the higher charts, really. That's my biggest challenge is looking at those higher time frame charts. I just don't like what I see. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not a bad little volume trend up, but over these last couple 12 hours, I mean, the volume's definitely PA's gone up, volume has definitely dipped down. I am going to have to say that, you know, I'm still going to just stick with this. Listen, I'm still going to stick with this, just kind of turning into a big head and shoulders right there. You know, and, you know, right now, this is kind of, you know, I mean, this is kind of the top right here, which is your top Gauss line, you know, for a retrace back down. Now, I would like to see a retrace at least back to this 4,600 level right there, right? But let's just grab this baby right here. All right, and we'll grab a new one. I'm going to just grab this one more. Yeah, I'm going to grab, no, let's do this. Scoot you over here. Okay, so really, you know, listen, if this thing takes off, I mean, I'm still putting this, you know, this is really this is my gusto level if this does pop off. I think if we pop off, we're going to get up here to the 5,800 range. You know, listen, we've had a hell of a doozy of a trip straight up here. You know, your 3871 is where the top of your Gauss is. So that's your, this is actually your your H1. This is your high one. And then this is there's your Gauss right there for your 12-hour, which is also pretty congruent with the 200 MA. The 200 MA is actually a little lower than that. All right, but I want to go over and take a look at that. Let's pull out our 1 day. Let's grab our 1 day. Look, you know, for our daily, look at this. This is our daily. We're on top of so we're still moving up. This is our top Gauss line. This is our H2, right? I mean, you know, you've ran this whole gamut on this baby, right? Look at that. There's the low, medium. So this is your midline right there. This is your low, super low. So this is your L1, L2, H1, H2. And, I mean, we've made a hell of a run right here. Right now, we did fill that bear gap right there. You know, this guy's been just a monster run. And if you take a look, come on all the way back here. Let's go all the way back. This is the daily. Check it out. Daily came up, tapped the H2, and then retraced. Almost made it to the H2 there. And then we all know that you know, look at, just pierced the H2 there, pulled back in. You know, it does a good job. I mean, this is a big run. Now, we are kind of tight right here. You know, you see how these bands are looser here. They get a little more movement. See how they really tightened up, and then we finally took off. So, Like I would say we're still kind of tight in this range, right? Still kind of tight in this range. I love to have these double tops like this, to have our pullbacks look top, 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 top. I love to see this top, top. So I love to see all of this on our pullbacks. The only problem is we didn't really pull back, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, right? So look here, you see how you get the double top right there, double top right there, right? There's your double top with your pullback. There's your double top with your pullback, right? I likey this. Tap the top Gauss line right there, and that's where we got that. Retrace there. Double top right there. See, there it is with a little pullback. Got a nice little pullback. Double top right here. So you got, this is your move. This is your double top, right? So you have your lower high and your higher high. And you know, you've pulled back a monster pullback here. So we've pulled back a monster pullback here, but we've had nothing on this. Like, you know, you had a really big pullback here also. Like you had the same thing, and there's just nothing here. This is a very, yeah, I mean, I would say this is a much more respectable, like this pullback was at least something that was halfway decent, to where this has been really nominal. This is a very nominal. You have a long way. That Bollinger Band was opened up a long way. There's your mean line right there. There's your top Bollinger Band. This is your TDI chart. So this is your TDI indicator chart right here. And, you know, we're just, listen, as long as you're on the top side of this mean line, this is bullish, right? That's bullish action to be on the top side of the mean line. We have not had a failure to the bottom side of the mean line on the daily, right? And look where this bottom TDI Bollinger Band is. It's real wide. So you got a nice big wide movement. So, you know, you're not looking for any crazy moves right now on the daily, to where, look at where this was. Look at, I'm gonna mark this up over here with this red pen. Look at how narrow this Bollinger Band was right here, right? This is super narrow Bollinger Band right here. And then you just got the explosion, you know, it just fell off the corner. You got the same kind of narrow Bollinger Band effect there. You got the same narrow Bollinger Band effect there. So you see when this thing does tighten up, you know, you get a lot of movement out of this. Now, the bad part about this right here is, you know, you have the ability to really make a drop, you know, because you can go down all the way and hit the bottom of that right there. And it does give you some movement. So, you know, to me, you know, some movement on that scale right there. I would at least like to pull that back a little bit. I still want to see this pull down into, you know, I would, you know, get down here to 4,600, 4,500 range. At least give me that before you pull this off, or, you know, this wave 5, if this is a wave 5 that I've got, you know, shown on a bunch of, on one of my other charts. Because I can still possibly count wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 up, right? We've just had such a monster run up here. You know, I just, you know, now we did bounce off this. This is a respectable little bounce, and you can play the same thing. See how this is just moving up right here, and then just take off again, right? You did find support on your middle Bollinger Band there on the TDI, and what that baby wants to do is it just wants to use this as support. It's what's happening. This is bullish. The daily is bullish until it breaks that, right? So let's get that, right? So actually, let's give me this. Let's pull this up to there, right? Cody wrote me on Discord. Hey, buddy. Yeah, Cody, do me a favor. Send me another message real quick, will you? So it'll go to the top of my messenger list. Dude, I have like 200 messages. I know, it's a lot. I got a ton of messages. I got to go through them all. So holding this line, see how it's holding the Gauss line, right? Holding that Gauss line is just, that's bullish, you know, like holding the Gauss line here. Now this is teetering on it, right? But you know, above the Gauss line's bullish, bullish. You know what I'm saying? Bullish. And then all of this has been bullish, right? So on top of the Gauss line right here is, hey, Mr. James, how you doing, brother? On top of the TDI middle BB is still bullish. And this thing has been running bullish for a long time. I mean, pretty much right here. So you've been bullish since right here, all of this right here. So starting there, you know, this has all been bullish all the way to here, and that's a hell of a run right there. You know what I'm saying? That's like mid-February or something like that. It's like right here to right here. This is all bullish, right? This whole thing right here is bullish. This box is all TDI bullish. That's a hell of a run. All right, let's pull back. Let's go back and let's see what we got. All right, so now this is, I'm going to show you basically where my concern is at this point, okay? I'm gonna show you where my concern is, and it's gonna be on this 3-day and the weekly chart, right? So your 3-day, so there's your 3-day chart. You know what I'm trying to show you here is, look, you know, you've really monstered out. Once again, you're on top of the Gauss line. You know what I'm saying? You're over the Gauss line here, right? So we're gonna go like this. So number one, this is, wow. You know, this is first time, 3-day chart on top of the top. This is your H2. This is your H2 line right there. I mean, you're clearly on top of your H2. Your mean line is still right there, and that's 4K. So your mean line is 40.57 on your 3-day. Now, once again, we're just going to go back and point this out where this kind of started. So this whole swooping movement, does that look like a weird penis or something like that? It was kind of weird what I just drew right there, right? So, look, this was all until right there. That was bearish. This was all bearish, all the way up to right there on the 3-day. So this was still bearish because it hadn't broken through. This has been bullish, right? So this was bear. Everything here, bear, right? And then this has been bull, right? And that's look at that. So all the way up outside of the Bollinger Band. Look at, on the bear side, we broke the Bollinger Band for a second, then we broke it a second time, and then we pulled back in, almost putting in a double bottom, right? Right? Sorry, Chris. So right here, we put in a double bottom right here. So we did put in a double bottom right here. And then, so there's your double bottom right there, right there. And then this baby just took off. And what I like to see is, I like to see this kind of, you know, look, there's the first and there's the second, right? There's your first right there. There's your second. And then you even got this little double top right there. And you're doing the same thing right now, right? You're kind of doing this same thing. Let me switch my pen over. Customize. All right. So this little double top kind of looks like this little double top right here. Now, if you look, and that's a hell of a run outside this Bollinger Band right here. That's a hell of a run outside the Bollinger Band. Right? I'm giving it what it calls. Like, this is a freaking monster run. Right? Outside of the Bollinger Band. This is a beautiful, a lot of this though was sideways. So this whole thing right here was just sideways, and then you had the explosion that came up out of it. No dick jokes, no dick puns intended, right? But the 3-day, you know, look, you've got the 3-day on the top Bollinger Band. You've got on the top of the Gauss Band. You get the 3-day on the top of the Bollinger Band. It's it's been a hell of a freaking run. It's been a sweet, 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 sweet run, and I just would like to see a retracement. That's all all I'm saying. Make 4,200, make 4,600 support, run your ass back up, right? I mean, you know, you can kind of go into this and you can count this as, you know, you can count this thing, right? You can go in here and you just say, all right, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I mean, I can kind of count that out as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can count that out as a, so let's do this. Let's pull that up. So this is your bull count. Bull count, right? So there's your bull count. And then what I want to do is I'm going to do your bear count. Now your bear count is this. This is your bear count. You had this ascending triangle, right? And then you get the 1-to-1, 1-to-1 break, which you got right there, right? There's your 1-to-1 break. Okay. See that? So there's your 1-to-1 break right there. 1-to-1 there, 1-to-1 there. And then you look for a tree. So this would be an ABC, right? This, oops, right? So to me, this would be an A, B, C. And we're in, this is the C right here. So this is the C. So we're in the C right there. Right? And that's your C. So this was your AB, and that's your, this is your C wave right here. This complex wave going up, right, is your C wave. Bulls count above bear count, and I like this better. All right. Andrew says, what is the purple EMA indicator or Gauss you're using? So this is the Gauss trend line. This comes from a guy named Tuscan. Tuscan owns this. This is a paid. It's pretty cheap to buy it. Well, it was cheaper when it was down here. It's still pretty cheap to buy it. The guy's name is Tuscan, who makes the, it's called the Gauss trend line. It's right there, right? Gauss trend line. Good guy, really good guy, good indicator. It works nice. We do have this in the group. We have the free version of it in the group. So we have we also have a version of this in the group. But I still use the original. I paid for it, so I'm gonna freaking use it. Okay, so there's our 3-day. And then last but not least, I do want to bring up the weekly, right? I'm still going to bring up this weekly. And there's our weekly right there. So this is our weekly. There's our weekly TDI on the bottom. And once again, now there's our weekly TDI right there. Let's squeeze all this up. And there's our weekly Gauss. Let me pull off my, I want to do this. I'm going to pull off couple of these. Let me pull off a couple. I'm going to pull off this 730, 50, 100, 120. I'm going to pull off the 128 on there. Don't need that. Okay. And hold on a second. Let me pull off the 100. Yep, there's the 100. And there we go. All right. So I do have a few moving averages up there along with the Gauss trend line. So I do have the Gauss trend line there, and I do have a couple moving averages. And the important ones I'm going to point out to you guys are, okay, so the important ones we've got here is we've got the 50 MA, right? There's the 50. Okay, there's your 50 MA. There's your 200 MA. These are the two most important, right? These are two most important ones you need to really watch. These are both on the weekly, okay? Then you've got the 70 and 30 right here, and they're trying to make a cross. So you have your 70 and 30, and these will make a cross as soon as this week is over. We looked on the other day what happened when these crossed, and it did have a failed cross. This is a bullish cross, but this did fail last time it crossed. So you can see this is the last time the 7 and the 30 crossed right there, right? You did get a push down, but then it pulled back into it. So, you know, You know, it's not bad. It's okay, but that is your. Oops. Oh no. Hold on. I take that back, people. Spunk. Where is my? There it is, right there. There is my 7 and 30 cross right there. So that's the 7 and 30. And then when that crossed, you know, the question is, where did this candle come in? Because it looked like it crossed possibly after, or it was touching, and then you see that it fired right back up into the moving average, so into this cross. So if that crosses, and then you bang on the 50 MA right here, right, and you do something similar, you would get a retraction. Now, retraction right now is, you know, you're looking at this. You've got the lower Gauss right there. And once again, here is your TDI. Your TDI, you are on the top side. This is where you broke bullish right here. So there was your bull break, but you're hot. You're hot, right? And, you know, you've come up, you've pierced this bad boy, you know, you've pierced it, and then you've got, you know, your little retrace right here. Now, we all know that, you know, this was the top right there. There's the top right there for everybody. There's your top and your pullback. But, you know, this doesn't like to go much higher. Now, that doesn't mean that the price action can't just dip down a little bit and then keep going again, then dip down a little bit and keep going if we're going to do something that was similar to the 2017 run. But, you know, I mean, things I look at here is I look at the volume, right? And I call this, once again, I'm calling this candle BS. I'm calling this bullshit, right? I mean, you know, it's one thing to have everybody and their mother buying. So you had, you know, I mean, hundreds of thousands of people, right? Hundreds of thousands of people, you know, watching TV and going crazy and blah, Bitcoin, it just won't stop. I mean, you know, shit, that thing starts over here, you know, and you know, once it got, you know, just everybody and their mother, and it just kept going and going and going and going. Okay. And this is a great bullish volume build right here. I like this bullish volume build. This is what I look for. Look at that. Starts here and just takes off to the moon. Even this one, this is nice right there. That's pretty. I like this. This looks more organic right here. This is clearly organic, you know, and it doesn't matter, you know, if 100,000 people buy in, that's fucking organic. This was, you know, a small group. This was a small group of market makers, right? That's exactly what that was. This is a small group of market makers. And these guys bought up 20,000, 20K BTC, right? And I know Likey. I know Likey, right? So I don't like this. I don't like that. And I think that this run, this run up here was completely full of fucking shit. Right? I think that run is full of shit. And I also think that, listen, when I look at this, especially on the weekly, I come over here and I look on the weekly. What I'm seeing on the weekly is, you know, could we run up here and grab 55, 5,800? This to me looks like, and let me tell you what this looks to me. This to me looks like somebody is trying to, so right now you see this one candle, right? You see that one candle right there, right? So this was our BS candle, our total bullshit 20K buy, right? That was our 20K BTC buy right there, right? And this is what followed it up, right? I mean, people are like, okay, we know that was fucking bullshit, right? We know that was bullshit. Everybody knows that it was a small group of people that ran this thing to the moon, right? I mean, at least, you know, I hope we know, right? And then after it got up here, it was like, where's the follow through, right? Where's that next candle? Where's even a moderate size candle? You know, there's no reason we couldn't put in a moderate size candle. And then what I'm seeing right here is lack of interest. But just because you have lack of interest doesn't mean you can't see one more low volume pump, right? And some fucking bullshit. Now, I'm telling you, somebody, hey, let's get out of our position. We'll pump it one more time and then we'll dump it on a bunch of freaking squares, right? And that's really what I think can happen is somebody can just pump this crap on us and there's just no span of 1 hour. Exactly. Yeah. Very good. That's exactly right. Yeah. Good thread. Trading a minute. I'm just reading through this. Great thread. All right. Oh. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. I love this. This thing is great, dude. I love that. Whew. Great job. Thank you so much. Good one. Spirey. Sorry, guys, sorry. All right. Okay, so where were we? Weekly. Yeah, I want to grab this. Okay, once again, there's the weekly, TDI, and there's the 50 MA. And this is your middle BB. It's your middle BB for your Gauss, which is at 6K. Right? So this thing loves to go back to this. All right. Let's zippity do on. Give me a second here. Let's pull this bad boy back. There it is. Okay, all your support though is really clustered, and let's try to line all this up. Kind of want to line all these bad boys up right here. All right, so middle BB, that's our middle Gauss, right? So it wants to go back to the center, middle Gauss. Okay, so look, every single one of these is especially this one. We're on the top. We were up outside of the top for quite a while, right? Now this one, interestingly enough, your top is actually up there, right? That's the 6K area. So your top is actually up there at the 6K region, which is right there. That's your top right there. And your support is all clustered right here. So there's all your support clustered right there. So you've got that lower L2. This is low L2 right there. And then you've got the 7 and the 50. So you do have all your support kind of clustered right in that range right there. So we're going to actually zing. But this is actually like right in this range right here. That look about right, yeah. Oh, don't say that. Oh, shit. Ha, 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 ha. All right, give me a second, everybody. And so there's all that. That all looks great, right? Looks great. Okay. And let's move along. I want to see what else we got here. All right, perfect. This is perfect. Sorry for the delays. I really apologize, everybody. All right. So there's our short call on the 3-day, and this is our bleeding 9. So once again, we had a bleeding. We're on a bleeding. Can I spell it? Bleeding 9. Still a bleeding 9, and the short call. There's our short call and the short. Right? And this is our 50 MA. Oh, I don't know what that is. No, I lied. That's not the 50 MA. That's the 128. The 50's down here. Here's all your support. Okay, yeah, that's not correct. So let me do this also. I want to adjust this. Give me a second because this is not correct right here. All right, because this should be there. All right, there we go. Get rid of that box. Okay. Okay, give me a second here, peeps. Okay, so we still have the descending volume. We still have that. And look at that. We're on the 100. That's the 100 MA. Okay, is the purple one. So there's the 100 MA. There's the 7 MA. Now this is what's interesting. So take a look at this. So what happened is we went up, and then we came down to the 236, and we bounced up the 236 back into the 100, right? We've tested it 1, 2, 3. This is our fourth time at the 100 MA, right? The fourth time at the 100 MA, we're just trying to wonk it, right? There's 1, 2, 3, right? We're on the 100 MA again, and we're trying for the third time to take out that 100 MA. Right now, you clear that 100 MA, that's going to be a doozy. There's really not a lot above you until you really get up to the 5800 level, right? 5800 is really, I think, where we're going to run into some resistance for a short time. But honestly, what I'm looking for here is I'd like to see a retrace. Give me the 382. Give me the 50. And then, listen, show me that is where the potatoes and the ham and the potatoes and the eggs and everybody's waiting to buy again. And show me that this is the promised land, and that we're going to kick this off into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 wave right there, right? And this is a impulsive 5 wave going up. What this is your wave 3 technically, right? You're trying to put in your wave 3, then you'll come back for a 4. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that'll be your wave 5 up to kick up to the top. Now you lose the 618 down here in the 71 and the 786. We're just gonna have to start talking about it, because then you're gonna lose this wave 1. So you really can't close any lower than this right here, right? So you really got to hold the 618. The bulls just have to hold the 618. If the bulls hold the 618. Which would be your wave 1, right? So there's your wave 1 right there. And if this is your wave 4 retracement down here, your wave 4 can come all the way back down here and just can wick out into the 618. As long as you don't wick out deeper than this, you're fine. And then listen, this is what I would like to see right here, right? This is exactly what I would like to see. Right? And I would like to see this happen. And then you're going to make your higher high to say, okay, it's a bull run. I got it. We get it. Let's go. Whoop, whoop. Right? Now this isn't a bad little candle we're putting in here, this daily candle. It is overheated though. So as you can see, we still are on a bleeding 9. We've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of a bleeding 9. Okay, so this is a 3-day chart. Let's go. Let's just monitor on back here for a second. And take a look. Look, we had a bleeding 9. 1, 2, 3 days it bled and flipped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. This candles. 1, 2, 3. That's 15 days and it flipped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus Christ, we're putting in a lot of days of bleedingness here, right? Look, all throughout the bear market, we had 1 bleeding 9 day. 1, 2, 3 bleeding 9s flipped. And that's pretty much it. That's all we had. We didn't have anything to the top. There's a bleeding 9 right there on the top side. Nope, that was a red 1. No, I take that back. There you go. 1, 2, 3 flipped. Right? So even, back here, like let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flipped. Okay? 1, 2 flipped. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's he's like 20 candles here, right? This is when your grandma and your mom and your dog and everybody was buying. Holy shit, right? Normal 1, 2, 3, 4 flipped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flipped. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and flipped. And then this was the other really bullish run back here in 2015. This was a super, super bullish run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then flipped. So you got 5 candles there and flipped. We're pretty much at the apex of usually what this does. Now, the only difference that I see is that, usually they get that higher high in there before they fall out. And we just haven't had that higher high kick in yet. Before these fall out, right? Let's go over and take a look at our weekly. Weekly's a bleeding 9, right? Bleeding 9 on the weekly. Now, we did not have 1 bleeding 9 during this whole bear market. Never had one. There was your 9, right? You've never had 1 bleeding 9 in the whole bear market. Now, in the bull market, let's see how many we got. 1-ish. There was some nice ones. That was the Super Bull run right there. This was this super run back here in 2015 and 16. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of real bullishness, and I would say this plateaued off. If I would have seen this, you would have kind of called this a double top right there, and this would have been a double. This would have been a double top right there with a retracement. That would have been, it would have been good. I would have been probably looking to go a little bit deeper, but like never one bleeding 9 on the way down. Never one bleeding 9. Okay, gonna take this back to the 3-day. Throw ourselves back up there. There we go. All right, let's march down. See what we got here. This is my 3-day, so I've got my 3-day Ichi chart up here. Just trying to hold it and the Bollinger Band on here. So I've got the Bollinger Band on here and the 3-day chart on here. Let me pull this up. All right, so I've got both. Let's see where, right? And I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to put this right there, right? 30, so 53.70, right? 53.70. Let's plop a thing there. Bam. Right, new, man. Oof. I still think this is not the bottom. I still think that this is not the bottom. I still think we haven't hit the bottom yet. I know. Go ahead. Give it to me. I know. I still think we have not hit the bottom. I'm going to put this up here. All right. 53.70 is the top R. Right. All right, you break that 53.70 and you know you're headed to easily 5,800. I mean, you break that and you're going up here, right? You break that 5,300 and you're marching to up here. There's no questions asked. You're going to 5,800. Right? I mean, there's just nothing to hold this back right there. Right, you break that, you're going there. I personally think that even if we pull back there, it's going to be a long fucking fall down. It'll be a crazy wick, right? Break that and nothing to stop us until 5,800-ish. Ah, holy cow. $140,000 BTC back into the market. April 26th. All right, let's cruise along here. Still got the gaps on the bottom. I'm not ever going to ignore the gap machine and how well it works. We still have this gap at 48.50, and I'm going to keep pulling these. I'm going to keep putting these in here because the gap gods... Right, gap gods like to fill. All right, and let's check over here. Nothing. What do I got here? Let's restart this chart. Nope. NVT chart hot. NVT chart is hot. Just 24 hour is a bleeding 9. Ooh. Ooh, and a bullish cross on the 4 hour. Look at that. We just had a bullish cross on the 4 hour. Well, son of a bitch. Look at that. Right? That's a bullish cross on the 4 hour. And a big dump. Nothing's really changed over there. Oop, that's bad boy. Get up here. There we go. Alright. Wow. Bullish cross on the 4 hour. And we are dropping back into it. Also, the 4 hour is a bleeding red, a bleeding 9, bleeding green 9. Well, that was a pretty fucking easy short on the 4 hour. 12 hours. So we got a way to go to put that candle in. Every time I think we're going to throw in a bearish candle, it's just like not. It's just not. It just says, nope, I don't think so. 1 day, 3 day, bleeding, and only a 2 on the monthly. Nothing, all the same. I mean, just, it's a shit candle. It's bleeding. Bollinger Band still tight. 12 hour daily Bollinger Band. Tightening up there. Nothing's changed on the 2 day. Nothing's changed on the 3 day. Nothing changed. All looks the same. Scoot over. Fuck, man. All right, let's take a look at this. Yeah, if we run, we're going to go up. But if we break out, we're going higher. What the hell? Where'd my line go? Oh, that's weird. There we go. All right, let's see what happens here. Last time, 2015, this fell out before it touched the trend line. Wish I could catch a good long to $200. Oh, for ETH? Yeah, let me check ETH for Flicks. Yep, I will check ETH. Give me a momentito. Ooh, we're on the upside of the bullish line. Look at that. Wow, we had that bullish break and that little retrace right there. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Ah! Okay, we're in the J-hook pattern. There it is. All right. So, we have crossed on the possible J-hook pattern here. Usually, when the blue indicator and orange indicator cross, you get a small pump. And then when it is a J-hook, you are looking for failure. Man, a J-hook pattern this low. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll draw this out here for you. So this from here to here was from here to there, right? So you're moving down, price action is moving up, right? And then this, right here, you had two of them. You actually had two of them, that and that. That's a J hook, and that's a J hook. So there's two of them right there, right? Man, that's been a fucking run. Look at that, all the way down. It's been all the way up. Like, that's a hell of a run right there. Like, that's a beautiful run right there. That whole thing. Right? Without a single failure. Right? What I'm looking for is just one of these right here. I'm looking for this. Where is this? Where is this J hook? All right. Where's that J hook? That's what I want to know. Okay, then let's do this one more time. Alright, so look, all this is all this, right? And the top was right there. That's a J hook. Okay? And then where else? So this whole thing, and then this whole thing. Right, that's a J hook, that's a J hook, that's a J hook. So where, look, there's a J hook. So the question is, where in the hell is this, right? But this thing is so damn deep. Look how deep that thing is. Damn. We are deep. Okay, let's take a look here. Boy, we just bounced off a very bullish line too. Oh, not there. Fuck, that thing just made a double top. No, that's neutral. Oh, look at that. All right. All right, so the WMA over here is in this rising wedge. Now, look at this fucking thing. This thing is going down. God, I'm so confused. God, I'm so confused. Hold on, Flixster. Share a chart, buddy. Give me a chart. Give me a chart. Okay, good rising wedge right there. But fuck, dude, if we bounce off that freaking bitch right there. I mean, this is, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I like that spice. Yeah, I agree with that. Ah, shit, that was my historical volatility chart I just closed. All right, so shorts are picking up. Oh, longs are, everybody's kind of medium. That weekly stoke. Nothing, 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 nothing. Nope. Fuck me. All right. So, okay, so we talked about this earlier on. So we talked about this earlier on SV, right? And this is one thing that we were talking about in SV. We had this. We had a little private members thing today, and we were talking about SV. And I was telling everybody that over on Coinbase, it still reads at $87, right? Which is really freaking weird. It's just really, really weird. And I actually bought some. I actually bought some at 55 bucks. So I bought some at 55 bucks. We did pop out of this. And here's the thing, one of the things we were talking about is that there's going to be a whole bunch of lawsuits, right? There's going to be a whole bunch of lawsuits that are popping off right now. And you guys can never discount, you can just never discount Craig and or Calvin, right? Remember we talked about and Craig and Calvin. Listen, I don't care, nuts as Craig is, right? A little whatever. But listen, those guys, and we talked about that, have huge bags, especially Calvin. Especially Calvin, right? When I say those guys, I mean Calvin. Like, Calvin's got a monster freaking bag, and you guys need to take that very seriously because that's like some real deal stuff, And look, we just came right back up into this resistance area, right? Popped right back up into the resistance area, and let me move this bad boy up. Yeah, kind of doesn't fall in there. No, not really. But we just came right back up into this resistance area. And I mean, that's, this thing went all the way up to 62 bucks. So you went from 55 to 62. You did get the long call on it, which is interesting. But you guys, I just want to warn you, be careful when messing around with whales, right? And I'm not saying that Craig is, but I'm definitely saying that Calvin is definitely a whale, right, to be reckoned with. XRP, listen, I still think that this is going to pop off. I still think that this is going to give us a little doohickey. All it's got to do is just hold this. It's just got to hold this area. And what I've been looking for is I've been looking for that bottom call, right? Where the hell is that bottom call, right? And I'm only looking on SV over here. I'm sorry, I'm only looking on over here. Where is my bottom call, right? Where is that? It did hold, so we're holding. And if I did see a retrace, I would like to see it retrace back up to here. Because we are bleeding hard 9, bleeding hard 9, bleeding hard 9. It's just been bleeding hard for a long time, right? So that baby's been bleeding hard for a long time. Let me go XRP, right? All right, and there's that. Raven. Raven's kind of putting in a little bit of a... I'd like to see it put in a double bottom right here and then take off, but it is retracing kind of expectantly. You did break up here. You kind of got the double top. You sort of got a double bottom. You did retrace to the 382. I wouldn't mind this retracing a little bit more before it took off. Right? Litecoin, popped for a second, came back. Tron, a little movement on Tron. Little movement on Tron, not much though. Ethereum, Ethereum is really pulling back right now. So Ethereum is pulling back pretty heavy right now. You were up to 73, almost 74. It's back down to 70. If you guys know, I had this over here in this bing, 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 this head and shoulders right here. What I also thought that was playing out, right? I'm just going to put that out there, right? And there that is. Listen, it's kind of the same thing, you know what I mean? It needs to break out of this range. You got to break out of this 178. You got to get over this possible head and shoulders play right here, right? Got to get over that head and shoulders play right there. So that's what I'm looking at. SV once again. Let's look at the other. Nothing. Nothing. Ooh, it's a big candle. Ooh, all right. So we've been watching Scroll. I've been watching Scroll. Scroll's up 11.49 cents. This is, I'm telling you, this is a good play. I'm in this. I've been in this for a long time. Finally got onto a really good exchange. This bad boy is taken off on Scroll, so can't long or short it yet. I'm sorry, you can't short it yet. So I was looking for this over here, leverage, and they haven't started that yet. So Scroll, we're gonna add Scroll here. Right, and honestly, man, I think this is still a pretty solid thing. My fingers crossed. I've got a really big bag of that bad thing. Oh my god! All right, so this is the Superman token. Dude, this fucking shit is crazy. BNB. Right, Superman. Right, this is the Superman token that just keeps going and going and going. They announced a coin burn. You know, there's just no limitation to how far this can go. This thing can just keep running. Dow Jones, ICX. Oh, nice, nice little pump on ICX right there. I like it. It did pull back, but I like that. All right, ICX. So I was looking for ICX to make this little run right here. Where is it? What time frame is that? Jeez, it's the dailies. It's not that bad. All right, so there's that pullback on ICX. And there it is. Nice. So that was what I was looking for in ICX. I was looking for this test up here, and that's nice. We got I mean, it hit the first level of resistance and pulled back. That's still nice. I mean, it was still okay. You can see the bleeding 9 over there, and I'd like to just see this bleeding line. This is the daily. I'd like to see this flip 1 to 4 candle reversal before it does try to make a move back down. This does look like very head and shoulders-y, possibly. Oh, or just a really nice channel that picked up right there. We're gonna have to see how that plays out. BTT still got a little upward movement. Link just chilling, right? Scroll is really the story of the day. I say Scroll and SV are really my two stories of the day that I just want to keep an eye on. And for Scroll, you know, for SV, lawyers and lawsuits and fucking all kinds of crazy shit's gonna happen with SV right now. You know, and these guys are not gonna take this laying down. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. Be very careful, you know, in SV. I think you can short it on a couple different exchanges, but just watch it. Just be very, very careful, okay? And that's it. That's really all I got for everybody. See what else we got to show. Okay, let's take a look. Mitt, hey, buddy, how you doing, man? XRP to BTC. Oh, nice. Yeah, good bounce, good bounce, good bounce. Yeah, I'm watching this. I would like to see this hold. Look how low that is. I would like to see this hold and pull up. Good stuff. Great chart. Great chart, young man. So I got it. Let me adjust this chart I have over here. So it's 53.70. adjust this on there. 5370. Oh. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. There you go, updated it. All right, everybody. Yes. Yeah, this 4 hour can still go up. I mean, we'll see. I still think you can get up there to that 5370 before you pop down. Okay. All right, everybody. That's all I got. Just trade safe out there, please. Be safe. Make good life choices. You know, stuff like using condoms. And if you want to really use safe sex, practice safe sex. Always give the wrong last name. Okay. And for me, the Vamp, I am out. Thank you so much, Peak, for being here. I'll catch everybody on the backside. Later.